So right now we have Mr. Günther Prunner. Günther is the Regional Innovation Manager, Voestalpine. So I've just spoke about innovation. Günther is going to take it one step forward. And Günther has started in the industry since 1994. And right now he is the Regional Innovation Manager, as I said, responsible for innovations, new technologies in the region and internationally. Please get your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Günther Prunner.
Thank you. That's one. All right. So, hello everybody. It's really a big pleasure to be here again. I was at the panel discussion yesterday. So what I'm going to do is today to talk about additive manufacturing solutions for the industry, for the high-pressure die casting industry as well as for the injection molding industry. Very short, this is the agenda for my 20 minutes. I promised to be quick, but coming to the point. So just a very clear approach about the tooling philosophy of Voestalpine. And then I will come to the key point, which is the AM approach, additive manufacturing approach from our group, our division. But it's important to know what we are doing, but I do believe it's more important that you see what you can achieve with this technology. So I prepared a few case studies, real life case studies, what AM can support in the die casting and injection molding industry. Our approach is very clear, and I want to say that tool steel is the DNA of our group. We are since decades the world leader on special steels, on tool steels, and the service around them. I don't want to go in details, just have a look on the brands which are in our group. I think Böhler, Udeholm, those driving dynamic brands are existing since many, many years, and also here we have a dominant role on the market. The steels we produce in our mills is the fundament to be successful in tooling. But it's definitely not enough to have just the good, right-fitting steel. Therefore, we have, beside our products, beside our brands, also a very, very big service established beside this, because the best steel is nothing if we do not have the right service around that. This started on warehouse, on stocking of the steel, on the heat treatment for the steels. We have to saw the steels to the right dimensions. We have to mill them to the right execution. And we have also to do the coating sometimes on it. And all what you see behind me is daily business in India. We have on the market more than 35 people servicing you in the tooling business. We have 5, 6 warehouses here in India. We have coating shops, we have heat treatment shops. So it's everything tailor-made for you, for our clientele. But what's missing here is one corner, and we see it as the last step in the service development of our approach to you, which is the additive manufacturing. We started with additive manufacturing in 2015-16, and we made huge steps to be there, what I want to show you right now, talking about our AM. Because what is, in our perspective, additive manufacturing in the tooling industry, it's the missing link to the full solution. From the steel to the service around the steel, right up to the last development of additive manufacturing, solving the problems we're facing every day on more or less every mold. This brings me now to the approach on additive manufacturing. Where are we standing today in our big worldwide acting division? And this is the important thing, which is most probably differentiating us to all the others. We start already at the alloy development. So we create our own powder for additive manufacturing. We create it and we produce it. We have 2 mills where we do that, seriously. That's the powder itself. But the powder is nothing if we do not have the right design and the right simulation service on that, followed by the printing itself, the post-machining, the heat treatment, as well as the coating. So we are ready to give you the part for using it. No other way for you. You just get the right part ready for the application. And this is just-in-time service. So this is our approach, quite different. We sell a solution, we sell responsibilities, not just a part of euro per kilo steel. That's quite different. Very quick, we have in Europe our 2 plants where we do the steel production, and we add on both plants the powder production. So one is in Sweden under the brand of Udeholm, the other one is in Austria under the brand of Böhler. So we have our own powder, as I said. And when we are talking about the powder, then we talk basically about 3 types of atomizing processes. But for additive manufacturing, metal additive manufacturing, we talk about gas atomized powder. Gas atomized powder running then after the atomization in a sieving process where we sieve out our 2 powder sizes, which is listed up here for 15 to 45 microns, as well as 45 to 150 microns. Why do we have different powder sizes? Because we have not only powder bed technology, we have also direct metal deposition in our setup to the market. This brings me now to the technologies where these powders we produce on our own are used. And this should just give you an idea what are the technologies about. We could talk about that hours, but I really want to come to the point. Whenever we talk to tooling, to tool steel optimization, to tool optimization, then we talk about the technology with the best design freedom, and this is the powder bed fusion technology. We have a second one. This is the direct metal deposition. We service them with powder as well as with wire. But here we are talking mainly about repair of tools, about service enhancements. So it's a little different technology, but for us in focus, service and tooling industry is definitely the framed powder bed fusion technology, or 3D printing, better known. And this should give you an idea that we are a global company. That we are working really on the whole globe with our technology since many years now. You see that we have operation centers in Europe, we have operation centers in Asia, as well as in America. And I'm very happy to inform you that we are very seriously thinking and planning already our setup here, also in India. Actually, here in Pune, we will have rather soon our next steps belonging to additive manufacturing on a location where we do already PVD coating for you, dear guests. That's our philosophy, our concept here in India. So we have a worldwide setup, and out of that we have also worldwide acting machines, and we have different ones, smaller ones, larger ones. We have machines for the powder bed fusion, as well machines for the direct metal deposition. This is something we organized together with the machine producer. But what is unique for us, colleagues, is behind me you find many names and brands on special powders, because this will make the difference beside the design, besides the way to print it. We have developed our special alloys, and we perform with them very, very special, very, very successful. So the columns are, the USPs are clear. The right powder for the right application, with the right design, and the right printing technology. This chain is covered under the service chain of Voestalpine. And this makes the difference, and this makes us ready today, not to try something, to do a little prototyping here or prototyping there, to be prepared for the industry, for the tooling industry. And what's coming now, dear colleagues, is just a few examples about success stories, OEMs, Tier 1 confirmed success stories by using additive manufacturing in die casting and in injection molding. So this is not something we tried in our labs. This is something the customer confirmed on the market all over the globe. And I would like to start with the high pressure die casting, where we see three product groups. AM would make sense from our point of view. On the one side, it is the start. It is the distributor or distributor ring, where we steer the liquid aluminum in the mold. The other one is are the heat affected sliders. So these are the parts moving themselves in and out, creating holes, creating inner areas, as well as sub-inserts, or we can say also exchangeable inserts. They are used on the moving molds or on the moving sliders as exchangeable heat-affected parts. So these three groups, and I would like to show you just from each group one or two examples what is going on. High-pressure die casting, what is important is to understand the customer. We have to know what is your pain point to react in the right directions. And we can make use of AM very, very efficient in many directions. This could be to reduce the scrap rate, very often a serious topic. This could be to optimize part quality. This could be as well downtime reduction, most probably for the Tier 1s, the biggest headache. Lifetime improvement of the parts themselves. Maintenance, also here in India, very important topic. Optimize maintenance, no unexpected fallouts and maintenance required. These are advantages we can optimize with AM. And finally, we have certain products where we can also optimize the cycle time. So depending on these real demands of the market, we can optimize our solution to you, ladies and gentlemen. We can optimize our AM service around the steel to you. And I would like to start with a distributor, which we have more or less on every die casting mold. And the pain points or the idea of the customer was here to improve the cycle time, because this is the main point, the main part where we can improve cycle time, as well as higher the lifetime. So you see just roughly the design, and you see behind me the additive version, the conformal cooled version. And this is exactly according to the needs of the customer. This is very different if he's doing oil or water cooling, if he's running oil with 200 degrees or water with 25. This is very different if he has a pressure, a third step pressure of 250 bars or 1,250 bars. So we have to know that in advance to make the tailor-made solution for you. This is what we call service in design and simulation. And in this case, we used our own powder, our own design, our simulation. We print for the customer, and we do the heat treatment. And this is what the customer confirmed to us. We reduced the cycle time by 2.5 seconds, and we increased the lifetime by more than 400%. So what does it mean, 2.5 seconds? 2.5 seconds on 100,000 shots means 3 24-hour days machine optimization. A 1,600-ton machine has an average cost of, I talk now in euros, 1,200 to 1,500 euros. So saving this machine for 3 days, we are talking about an improvement and a cost saving of round about 40,000 euros, just by this very basic part. And that's where additive makes many, many sense, colleagues, because this is your money. Another example for optimization on the distributor area is shown here. This is a hybrid part. It was done with a steel frame and a copper insert. And we realized this in a monolithic way with conformal cooling out of our own powder. I have to tell you, the results are very promising, but the tool is still running, so we don't have final results, but the lifetime and the cycle time could be optimized. When I come to the sliders, these are the moving inserts and going out, then we have many more options than just to optimize cycle time. Here it is the scrap rate we mainly have to work on. So here we are talking about parts. They are existing, they're having an existing base material, which is typically a H13 type. Could be also a premium steel from our brands. And the printed area. Printing is costly, so we optimize just that area we need for printing. And that you see that we really know what we are talking about. I would like to demonstrate you just this part, what means tailor-made conformal cooling. Not in, around, and out. We understand what is the need of the customer. We understand how to optimize this conformal cooling. So this is our real approach to you. This is our service to you. The printing is good, necessary, needed, but this is the service to you. And the result is very clear, given by the customer, a scrap rate reduction of roughly 10%. I don't have to underline what does this mean for an OEM, for a tier 1, for a die casting foundry. Another example of a slider, of a hybrid slider, again here, the standard machined base part, and we print the critical area on with tailor-made design solution. I'm not allowed to show the design solution here, but you see how it works. And I'd like to show the feedback from a very, very prominent German OEM, 600% lifetime increase compared to the conventional produced part. Again, thinking on maintenance costs, again, thinking on downtime, I don't have to explain that this is very, very efficient, even it's more expensive at the start of the product. Sub-inserts, again, here an example, how to optimize a scrap rate. If you look to the existing Fontaine cooling you see over there, and if you look to the critical areas where we have to defend the steel with conformal cooling, that will not work out. With our tailor-made solution, with the right powder, also our own powder, with the right printing technology, with the right design, we could reduce the scrap rate from 20 to just 6%. And this was quite welcome at the customers. 3 more slides about plastic injection molding, because this is also a very, very important topic in industry here. I don't have to explain the technology, colleagues, but I would like to underline that here the cycle time is most often required as the strongest improvement. But beside that, we had also requests to part improvements, scrap rate reductions, downtime reductions, as well as lifetime improvement, and finally also to have maintenance under control. These are also important things for the injection molding industry, especially when we talk about these new technical plastics coming more and more in the automotive industry, in the electronic, in the white good industry, very seriously. Here is an example for producing a PVC tube. What was the reason to change to additive? It was the lifetime, it was the cycle time, and it was also the part quality. And if you look here to the distance between cooling channel and surface, we optimize this to a level of just 1 millimeter, 1.05 to be precise. This is coming out of our knowledge of the application. So we collected the customer's environment, and out of that, the tailor-made solution done by our powder, by our design, by our printing. Feedback from the customer, thanks a lot, more than 4 times longer lifetime. In this case, we are talking about much more than 1 million parts they could be realized so far. Of course, every case study has a certain story behind it, but I don't want to stress it too much. Just want to highlight what are the pain points and what was the solution here. Packaging industry. I know that this is also a very enormous, strong industry here in India. Cycle time reduction, beside the part quality, these were the requests coming up here in Europe, for an example. You see how conformal cooling was done in this case. And the feedback from the customer was significant cycle time reduction. And I can tell you, the best compliment you can get is a reorder without asking for a quote. And in this case, the customer is very active working with us now on additive. The very last one, a rather complex topic, is this Duroplast production, where we had to optimize process parameters on a certain level. We had to stabilize the temperature in a mold 460 by 460 by 220 on a surface temperature of maximum 1.5 degree difference. So we have 80 different heating channels inside, and this center part was not really fine to optimize. You see here very thin ribs are existing, and they were not able to cool them down. With our additive solution, we could do that to be precise on 1 degree temperature difference. Again, our powder, again, our design, our solution, our printing, our heat treatment. Customer confirmed with the next order that he is very, very satisfied to us. So there are many reasons for AM. We are here for you. We are here in India with the strongest sales team, with the strongest setup, with additive actions very, very soon. As I said, the missing link to the full solution provider to the market, also here in India, is from our point of view, AM. We are convinced with that. We go for that, and I wish you a lot of success with our solutions to be professional in the tooling industry in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Mr. Deepak Luned, plant head Sandhar, to join us on stage to hand over a memento to Mr. Günther. Regional Innovation Manager, Voestalpine, Mr. Günther Prunner. Please get your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Günther Prunner.